Hey guys, it's tough. I'm thinking this will be a quick update. I just wanted to show off a little bit of what I've been working on recently. I know there's not been much activity on my channel. Um, as you know, or you may not know, I've been doing mods to Razer keypads, Orb Weaver, Tartarus, Nostromo, and even the old Belkin N52 TE. So I've been doing this for a few years, and I've long wanted to produce my own gamepad, and I had an attempt a few years ago, and my 3D modeling skills were just not they were non-existent. But I've been 3D printing, fabricating my own mod parts for about a year now, and been practicing and learning about 3D modeling for a few years, and got into parametric modeling, and was able to kind of think through and get this really rough prototype out. So this is just the first one that I've done, and I've already got a laundry list of tweaks and improvements that I need to make. I can talk about a few of them, but I just want to show this off. Partly because I'm proud of my progress, and partly to gauge interest. I would love to get out of the mod game and get into the produce and supply my own gamepad game at whatever scale that is. I'm not even sure what that would look like yet, but this is my first real attempt at coming up with something. So just basic features: 20 key keypad with a analog, not a D-pad. This is an analog stick, thumb switch, and it is adjustable here at the wrist. So this is on a track that's adjustable. The side module is adjustable, and I should be able to mirror this such that this could be left-handed if anybody wanted that. Well, it is left-handed, but for left-handed people. Right-handed people use it on the left hand. Left-handed people would use it on the right hand. Blah, 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 whatever. And the USB is on that side. And this is a real diode-driven key matrix. This is my PCB, so no ghosting. I think it's a 10 key rollover. At least that's the library, the code library that I use to drive this. That's what it can do. And yeah, just to show that it works, it actually does something. Let me just plug this in. And it's got to boot up. There we go. We're good. So I'm gonna yeah. Those are cherry blue, so they're clicky. And it is also a joystick. So I'm gonna yeah, pretty straightforward. It's really quite basic right now. The code, the firmware that's on this is a derivative of my mod code that I use for analog mods. It's got added logic to drive the keypad, to drive the space button. I would like to do a profile manager app that would run on Windows or Mac as well. I'm not sure when that can happen or where that would fall. I'm not even sure if I would sell these first and then work on that, or if I would get that finished first and then sell these. I don't know. I've got to start on that, being so you could program this and set key binding profiles and query and get like what the stick dead zone is and stuff like that over serial connection, which runs over USB. So that I've got a work in progress code project running on that already. So that wouldn't take forever for everybody. It would take a little bit of time. But mostly I'm just wanting to show this off. So some of the improvements I've got are making this wrist pad a little wider and a little taller and a little longer. Right now it's a little short. I can feel from my own usage that this needs to extend out a little farther, and it needs to peak a little bit taller. That would help. The shroud around the edge, this top piece needs to be taller, and it needs to be thicker. It needs to intrude farther into on top of this PCB. This side rail needs to be thicker and beefier. So right now I've got this issue where just pushing the joystick in, it kind of moves and wobbles this whole thing. It's not going to break, but it doesn't feel or look good. So I need to make this whole contraption here beefier, so that's sturdier. Moving the stick is fine, but it really just trying to push it in is kind of funky. I need to extend this thumb button sled out a couple of millimeters so it doesn't impact and come that close to this dome here. I need to increase the angle both rotationally and back, like the tilt back and the rotational angle this way to be more extreme. So as I adjust the 3D model, this side thing is going to present itself a little bit more forward, not a whole lot, maybe like 5 degrees, and then I'm going to tilt it back some. That will also help with its bendiness, because if it's tilted in those directions to a more extreme amount, your force is going to go more down than it's going to go that way. So that's going to help as well. But this whole rail is going to be thicker, so it will be able to absorb that more. What else do I have? Nothing that I think would make sense to y'all. I've got some little minor tweaks I want to do to the internals here for dimensions, but nothing that would really affect this cosmetically or functionally. So that's where this is at. I'm probably going to run another one off after doing some improvements. I might sell that one. I'm not sure yet. I'm just trying to gauge interest here, as well as gauge my continued ability to iterate on this. And then the other topic that's probably going to come up is LED or RGB. I have no plans for RGB. If I can work out a backlight, I'm still thinking that through. I'm not even sure how interested I am personally in that. It would increase the cost of this. Right now it's pretty bare bones, and I'm trying to keep the cost as low as possible. So adding cosmetic stuff like that's just going to drive the price up, because that's mostly in labor. LEDs aren't that expensive, but redesigning a PCB to incorporate that, as well as all the other things that come with that, keycaps. Right now, these are my keycaps. To do a backlit LED backlit board, I would probably need to buy pre-made keycaps, and that's going to drive the cost up. A lot of if you're wondering, a lot of the surface finish would improve. Right now, I literally wired this up and got this. I just wanted to get this video out. I've not done any real post-processing, like smoothing out the top of the keycaps, which I would do. These would be smooth, not ridged, including this. Also, the stick would be smooth and not ridged. A lot of the other 3D printy type of cosmetic artifacts would remain, like the textured dome surface and probably some of the wrist pad. I've got an idea about how I can deal with the wrist pad. I'm thinking some spray on like Plasti Dip or some kind of rubber coating that would hide that. But overall, I think this is right now. It's really quite usable. It's just going to get more usable the more that I iterate on the design. But I'm approaching 10 minutes, so I'm gonna kill this. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, how much I continue to work on this will be determined by how many people are interested in something like this. If it's very few or no people, I'll do a few one-offs, probably end up selling between 5 and 10 and call it a day. Give some away to my friends. If there's a lot more interest, I will probably figure out some way to produce these in a more serious manner. which means I probably, to really gauge that interest, I need to find a way to get this off of YouTube and somewhere else. But whatever. This is what I'm doing for now. Anyways, let me know. Let me know what you think. Thanks for your attention. Later.